Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Friday night live stream from Michigan, where you could throw out questions and I'll do my very best to get them answered. We'll move some crypto around. We're going to cover the markets, some news, cryptocurrency related news. So let's get started. Okay guys, thanks for joining me. I'm here with my rig and my favorite spot here with a nice warm cup of coffee on my little hot plate that my wife got me to keep the cup warm. The first thing I'll wonder is, can you hear me or not? Last week I had a major fail when, oops, cannot connect to chat. What is that all about? Let me try this. Aha, there it is. That was cool. That was kind of weird. The chat window said couldn't connect, but then I just popped out the window and moved it and everything was fine. All right. So let's go back over here, on-screen demo. Yeah, here we go. All right, so let me take a look at who's here. Oops. Okay. All right, I think we got it, right? Sorry about the technical issues last week and maybe tonight too. We'll see. Seems like the light's working. The streaming is working. People can hear me. That's good. Buddy got a Ledger Nano S and he was only able to fit 3 apps on it. Well, that's why I have a Ledger Nano X. I got tired of shuffling apps on and off. And it depends on the size of the app. Sometimes you can get 5 or 6 apps on there, and they do have more room than they did. There was the original Ledger Nano S was a little bit primitive, but it did hold several apps, like around 5, 6, maybe 7, and then they ran like a firmware update, which added some improvements, but ended up having less storage room for apps, which was kind of a bummer. And you know, a lot of people claim that Ledger was some kind of conspiracy and all this, and so that people would buy the X and all this stuff. But it was just, you know, one of those things where programmers tried to put too much stuff, and they didn't leave enough room left over for the other stuff, that kind of thing. Anyway, they've since updated the firmware. The latest version of the Ledger firmware is now 6.0 something. And you can hold more apps than you could in the previous one. But still, if you're planning on holding more than several, more than a few cryptocurrencies, my recommendation is to go with the Ledger Nano X. It can hold about 30. So I'm sorry that the ones that you chose are, you can only fit 3 on there, but that's how it is. I'm sorry to say, but the Ledger Nano S cannot hold. Now you can delete apps and add new apps without destroying the wallets, right? So you can shuffle apps on and off if you want to manage them, but that gets kind of tedious after a while. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. It's been a pretty good week for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. Before we get too far into the news, I would like to point out, if you check the description down below, I've got my affiliate links for you guys. Crypto.com, one of my sponsors, a great company. There's some cool news with them this week. They've got a new standalone non-custodial wallet, which works well with their app, which is pretty cool. Ledger, as always, my go-to hardware wallet of choice. Check out my affiliate link for them. My link to download the Brave browser, which of course is absolutely free. But it does help me out when you click that link when you download it. I've got a couple of links there for some pretty easy to use US-based cryptocurrency exchanges, where I believe we both get a little bonus when you use those links to sign up. So check those out. And then down below that are the news stories that I'm going to talk about tonight. So I invite you, if you want to check out the stories that I'm covering in a little more detail, if you want to read them for yourself, I've included links down there in the description. So please check out the description. There's a lot of good stuff down there, and I do spend a little bit of time working on those for you guys. All right, so happy Bitcoin Day, or happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. It was 10 years ago today when the first Bitcoin transaction, commercial transaction, took place. So if you are not, may or may not be aware, a programmer named, where is his name? HANYECZ. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Oh, here it is. LASZLO HANYECZ. He convinced a local pizza joint to accept Bitcoin in payment for a couple of pizzas, I guess it was. And there's a cool picture. That's him. And he paid 10,000 Bitcoin for a couple of pizzas. Now, and this is a great picture too. I guess that's his daughter reaching for some of that Bitcoin pizza back in the day. Now, a lot of people, when Bitcoin got popular, kind of try to rub it in and go, oh, don't you wish you would have saved your Bitcoin and you hadn't spent it on a pizza and blah, blah, blah. And, but that's hindsight, right? He doesn't regret it at all. And I wouldn't either if it had been me, because you have to put that in context. At the time, Bitcoin was relatively worthless. And just getting someone to accept it in return for, in payment for pizza was kind of revolutionary for the time. So it's a landmark event, right? The first commercial transaction where someone actually accepted Bitcoin as payment for something in the real world. So I'd be quite proud if it were me, and I believe he is too. So you might want to check out this article. This was the day, May 22nd, 2010, where he bought that Bitcoin. He bought that pizza with Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. For a little Bitcoin history, if you're not familiar with it. And besides, he got 2 pizzas. I mean, it's not like he only bought one. I mean, if he'd bought one, yeah, then maybe it wouldn't have been worth it. But he got 2 for the 10,000 Bitcoin. So pretty cool. I'd like to welcome everybody here. I'm going to take questions. I'm going to move some crypto around. I'm going to troubleshoot for you guys, of course. If you're here, I'm not an investment guy. I'm a how-to guy. I talk about, the guts of Bitcoin and moving cryptocurrency around. Somebody pointed out to me, I posted a video earlier this week, and someone said, hey, most of your videos are just moving coins from one place to another or something like that. And I was kind of like, well, yeah. I mean, that's what people seem to have the most trouble with, is moving coins from one place to another. And, anybody can sign up for a Coinbase account and buy Bitcoin. But you might as well be buying stock or books on Amazon. That's a web-based interface. It's actually moving the Bitcoin to your own wallet is where you really kind of sink your teeth into what cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is all about. So yeah, of course, a lot of my videos are how to move Bitcoin from one place to another. But I told him, I wasn't mad or anything. And I don't think he meant it in a bad way at all. And I just said, well, yeah, but I do some videos on wallets and troubleshooting and that sort of thing too. And Google Authenticator. So, oh my gosh, people are throwing money at me already. So I got to say hello to William and David. What's top up mean on MCO card and how do you top up? Okay, I will definitely answer that. I'll do that first before we talk about the news. I'll say hello. Buddy's here. Hello, buddy. Alan, hello. Satoshi Money, hello. Blue Smoke, thanks for joining us. And yes, they can hear me. Great. You can hear me. Jasper, David, G. Graham, LTC Perozzi, once again, thanks for joining. Mark, Satoshi Money, hearing me fine. That's good. I'm talking to the past. Mark Zeman, Buddy Love, I've said hello. Nico S, Downloading Crypto, James E, Paid with Visa. It was paid with Visa. Hi, everybody. Greetings from Lisbon. Sergio, good to have you guys. William, of course, always a pleasure. Don't buy pizzas with XRP. LOL. Okay, so David, he wants to know about topping up. Now, that's cool because, as you guys know, I'm a big believer in the Crypto.com platform. Let's share my phone screen for you guys. Let's turn this on. Hopefully it's going to work. Yes, wonderful. First try. I sometimes struggle with sometimes with this. So, all right. So we've got a Crypto.com account, and Crypto.com is an online phone-based exchange where you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. You can also deposit them. Deposit cryptocurrency, withdraw cryptocurrencies. There's a crypto pay feature. There's a crypto earn feature where you can deposit crypto and earn crypto. But David had a question. I think it's David. I'm sorry, David. Yes. Yes, David has a question about topping up the card. Now, my account is connected to an MCO Visa card. You do not have to get an MCO Visa card to use Crypto.com. You can use Crypto.com just as an app where you buy and sell cryptocurrencies. But it's the nice thing is getting the MCO Visa card, and you can get a free one. You don't have to even stake to get a card, but you get more perks when you stake it. So let's see, crypto. I'm taking a long time to answer your question, David. I'm sorry. Just wanted to put this in context, right? So, and they also have an online exchange, which is not available for U.S. citizens. But there are several different cards that you can get, and you can get a free one, right? But you get better perks when you stake some MCO. So if you buy MCO, which is their native cryptocurrency, and hold it on their platform, and stake it, which means you commit to holding it for 6 months, then you'll get a upper tier card with perks like cashback. I've got the 500 stake, which will give you basically rebates on Spotify and Netflix. So enough about the commercial. How do we top up this card, right? All right, so here we go. So I'll make a little sacrifice. I wasn't going to sell anything tonight, but let's go ahead and sell a little bit. I'm going to sell a little bit of my Crypto.com CRO coin. And the reason why is if we go over to card and we get to this interface right here, you see that little plus? Well, now you'll notice I hit card down in the bottom right corner, right? You see that plus where it says top up? It allows me to top up using the funds that I have on their platform. And you'll notice there that the only option right now is that True USD, my stable coin. I could use Bitcoin, Stellar, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, EOS, or Paxos Standard. But I don't have enough of any of those to do the top up. And I really don't want to use my stable coin. My stable coin is for a rainy day. When the markets are red, I snatch up some coins that are in the red on those days. So I hold on to that $500 worth of stable coin. But let's just say that I wanted to buy something. And I did today. As you can see, I wanted to buy something from Corsair, and I wanted to use this card. And you can see earlier that I topped it up for $145 and then purchased something from Corsair. So how did I do it? Okay, so basically I needed to get that. I can't use Crypto.com coin to top up, so I need to sell a little bit of it to get some of one of the coins that I can use to top up. So let's see. I want to, I'm going to do a quick calculation here. CRO. Let's do $50 worth of CRO. All right, so I'm going to go to CoinGecko.com. I'm going to put in 50, and that's about 700 CRO, right? That's how much I'm going to need for 50 bucks. Sometimes I can't do math in my head when I'm under pressure, right? So what was it, 700? All right, so we'll go to CRO. Let's sell some CRO, and we're going to sell $700 or 700 CRO. Boop, 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 boop. And I want to sell it for Bitcoin, right? I'm going to use Bitcoin here. Let's get back here. 700 CRO. All right, so I'm selling my 700 CRO for Bitcoin, right? You can see the check mark there. We'll hit that. We'll confirm that. I don't even need two-factor for that, right? Because it's all in-house, right? I'm not moving anything in or out of the platform. But now you can see there that I got 50 bucks worth of Bitcoin now. Now let's go back over to card. Let's hit top up again. And now I can use Bitcoin. There's enough Bitcoin in there to top up the card. I think you need to top up at least 30 bucks worth of something, right? So we're going to do 50 bucks worth of Bitcoin that we just converted from CRO. And I'll hit top up 50 US dollar. All right, and then I'll confirm that. And there we go. I topped up. Now, what I just basically did was sell that Bitcoin. And you'll notice that the available balance of the card has gone up. And you can see down there it says US dollar deposit. I sold my Bitcoin for US dollars, and now it's available for spending on my card. I could use this card in a store that accepts Visa, or I could take it to an ATM and cash out. I could just withdraw 50 bucks in US dollars. I will get hit with a non-bank ATM charge, right? Because I don't know where this is. Merchants Bank, I believe, and most of the ATMs in my neighborhood are like, I usually go to Chase, that's where I bank, and they charge me like $3 to withdraw on this card. So, you know, think about that. But if I want to just use it to buy something online or in the store, then there's no surcharge at all, and you get cash back whenever you use it. So that's pretty cool. Now, also notice, if we go back over to accounts, that I've sold that Bitcoin, right? Now I've only got $5 worth of Bitcoin. And this does not go backwards, right? I can't go back to the card and say, you know what? I want that 50 bucks back. It doesn't go backwards, right? The only thing you can do is, I don't know, withdraw cash from the ATM from this card and put it back in your bank and then go back. I don't know. I've never tried to actually set up this MCO card as one of my Visa cards in the purchase area. It might work, but it seems weird to kind of go backwards, right? It's just kind of a one-way thing. So I only sell the Bitcoin when I know I want to spend it. I wasn't really going to spend any tonight, but I did it for your benefit, David, since you threw up a nice little tip there for me. So I just wanted you to see it in action. Hopefully that's enough for you to see it happen on my phone, for you to start doing it whenever you need to. So just remember, you got to get that crypto that's available for top up, right? Those big cryptos. And there you go. Let's talk about news, guys. I got distracted with a nice person that gave me a tip. I only felt it was... Let's go to... this is the big story for this week. 50 BTC just moved for the first time since 2009, but it doesn't look like Satoshi. So when this occurred, for some reason the market dropped. Not precipitously, but it did drop. I don't know why everyone got scared when somebody moved 50. They didn't even sell it, apparently. They just moved it from one place to another. And this brings up quite a few things that many people may not realize about Bitcoin. And one of them is that it's transparent, right? There are people that monitor the blockchain for big transactions. And somebody noticed this and said, "Hey," and I think this is the original tweet here. I'm not sure. a transaction address that was older than 11 years was just spent on chain, which means they moved it from one place to another. And everybody thought it was Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin. And that like brought up a lot of things. So here we go. We know Bitcoin is transparent. We know people kind of monitor the blockchain for big transactions. And then the founder of Bitcoin, which is kind of an anonymous person or group that mined a bunch of Bitcoin in the very beginning, there's a bunch of wallets that are lying dormant that this Bitcoin is just sitting there. So it's kind of a big mystery. So when this transaction occurred, people got freaked out and they thought, oh, Satoshi Nakamoto is going to flood the market with Bitcoin and the price is going to drop or whatever, I don't know. But it was just kind of one of those flash in the pan kind of market scare things that happen, right? Bitcoin has since recovered. Not completely, but it's sort of rebounded from that original low. So that's a big story that happened this week. But according to this article, if you might want to look down in the description, the article probably goes into a little more detail about why it wasn't Satoshi, right? There's some analytics or that they've come up with the habits of a single early miner called Satoshi pattern. And according to that analysis, it's not one of the founders' wallets, right? So, but you'll go into a little more detail on that. That's not a story that I put in the link there. Okay, this good story here. Three Bitcoin price metrics just converged for a bull run has always followed. There's lots of metrics out there. The chart analysis, the 200-day moving average, the Metcalf, and the lowest price forward, and all of this stuff that you day trading guys know about. I really don't know that much about day trading. I just buy and hold to a certain extent. So, it's funny. We talk about charts a little bit. I have to sort of to kind of clue you in on what's going on with Bitcoin. But I don't know that much about charts and day trading and stuff. And there was some quote that was playing in the back of my head that was, I couldn't figure out where it was from. It was something about, oh, I don't understand that, I don't know. But I couldn't figure out where it was from something, right? You know how you get that? It's like from something. Of course, part of it was like the Phil Hartman used to do a bit on SNL where he was the caveman lawyer, and he goes, "I'm just a caveman lawyer. Your world frightens and confuses me." But it wasn't that. It was like a Monty Python bit, and she was like saying, "Oh, I don't understand that," and I found it actually. It's from Monty Python's Matching Tie and Handkerchief. And I hope that I don't get nabbed for copyright infringement for playing this 3-second clip, but I'll play it anyway. Well, I'm a simple soul. I don't understand all that. That's me, right? I'm a simple soul. I don't understand all that. All I know is that, I like good news for Bitcoin, right? So those of you who are interested in this bull run indicator, you might want to check it out, right? And then here's a story about the powers that be telling us not to buy Bitcoin again. Buy stocks, right? Of course they want us to buy stocks, right? That's what makes them money, right? Of course they want the little guy to buy and hold, right? So they can sell at the top, right? You can tell I have a lot of faith in the financial titans, right? So yeah. Let's see, Bitcoin and gold, right? He's telling us don't buy gold, right? Don't buy gold. Nobody buys gold, right? Peter Malloch is the person that's advising people not to buy Bitcoin or gold, right? Anyway, you might want to check this article out. I always just like these articles where, there's still people out there bashing Bitcoin. And while we're on the subject of bashing Bitcoin, I didn't put this in the description, but let me check it here. I mailed it to myself because I was reading it on my phone upstairs right around dinner time while I was upstairs. So, and I like to email these stories to myself. I'll go ahead and put a link to this down in the description below. Whoops. But those of you who have been following my channel for a while should remember we've talked many times about this. And I'm just gonna, let's see if I can do it like this. There we go. Copy that, and I'm gonna cap it up. If you guys don't know how to do that, I'm gonna show you real quick here. We just paste it into a Word document. We select it, and then right click and hit font here and hit all caps and copy and OK. And now we've got a nice, neat capped headline that we can drop in our description. And we'll put that just above the link there. Where did it go? Did it go? Yeah. All right. So, and I'll save that so you can check that out. Now, this story is cool because it involves Jamie Dimon, who famously said Bitcoin is a fraud, and then sort of berated his daughter in public for buying it, called her stupid or something. I was like, what kind of dad does that in front of, like, I mean, I wouldn't call my daughter stupid from, at all, but not, especially not in public. But anyway, that's beside the point. But anyway, he's the one that said it wasn't a real thing, that it was a fraud and all this stuff. And now, lo and behold, JPMorgan is offering banking services to cryptocurrency exchanges, Coinbase and Gemini, right? So here we go. He's not really, he may still think it's worth nothing, but he does believe that other people are interested and it's profitable to be involved in the logistics or infrastructure of cryptocurrency exchanges, at least, right? I'm sure he's probably not going to run out and buy Bitcoin, but he is going to do business with Coinbase and Gemini because there's money to be had, right? So I like this story too. That's pretty cool. And then our last story here, digital currencies could threaten U.S. geopolitical power, warns JPMorgan. Brad Sherman, the congressman from California, and my old, where I lived actually, he was my congressional representative in Sherman Oaks, California, whatever district he represents, said the same thing. He said that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are dangerous because they threaten our global hegemony, geopolitical power. Because of the strength of the U.S. dollar, the U.S. can afford to sort of give the world, boss the world around because they've got the purse strings, right? So, but it's interesting that they're no longer are they saying that Bitcoin is, no intrinsic value and rat poison squared and for suckers and all this stuff. Now they're like seriously saying things like, hey, digital coins, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies threaten the U.S. geopolitical power. So I like that too. So check out all these news stories down below. I've got links for them all. And, let's move some crypto around now. Or let me see who's asking questions. Watch out, the BTC moving because network fees are high as hell, LOL. Yeah, when Bitcoin gets popular, network fees tend to go up and transfer times get higher, that kind of stuff. Hopefully, Bitcoin is more robust now than 2017. So we'll see what happens. Happy Memorial Day weekend, William. Thank you. To you as well. It would be interesting to know if the pizza owner... Yeah, that's funny. Miroslava asked about the owner of the pizza parlor. And I often wonder about that too. We talk about a lot about the guy that spent the money on the Bitcoin, but they never tracked down the dude that actually accepted the Bitcoin for his pizza. He may not have done anything with it. He may have lost it. Who knows? That's very interesting. Goofball, hello. Satoshi, whoops. I gotta get caught up with you guys. You pay your bills with this card, Daniel, too. I buy a lot of stuff with my MCO Visa card. I like it. William May, can you explain staking for us? Is it worth it? Is it safe? When you staked your Tezos, did you get the coins you staked? I'm staking. How do they credit coins? Blah. Okay, so I got a couple questions about staking. Scott Lee is here. It's good to have you here. Let's go over to my Ledger Live. Now, Ledger Live is a software interface for my my hardware wallet, my Bitcoin hardware wallet. You can store Bitcoin in your own wallet. There are many types of wallets. There's desktop-based wallets where you install them on your computer. There are phone-based wallets. Now, Crypto.com is an exchange, right? It's not really a wallet. I mean, you can think about exchanges as sort of like wallets because they at least compartmentalize the different cryptocurrencies into what they might call wallets or accounts, right? But they're not cryptocurrency wallets per se, because wallets really in the cryptocurrency world are of methods of storing digital keys, basically. So that's really what we're talking about, and when we talk about a Bitcoin wallet. So a Bitcoin wallet can be on your phone in the sense that it gets installed on your phone and the private key is stored on the phone and you get a backup phrase. And they're a phone-based non-custodial wallet such as that, like Trust Wallet or the new Crypto.com wallet, are very convenient, and you do control the private key. Maybe not as secure as most people would feel comfortable with. Do you really want to carry around 10 grand or 20 grand worth of crypto on your phone-based wallet? You may or may not, right? But, you know, you have your backup phrase in case you lose the phone, or drop the phone or break it or whatever. But by the same token, you know, if you're going to walk around with it everywhere, you may not want to keep the bulk of your cryptocurrency in that type of wallet. But it's a good wallet to just kind of you know, carry loose change, right? Spendable crypto with you, or just as a novelty or whatever. But for long-term storage, I prefer a hardware-based wallet, what we call like an offline wallet. You want to call it that? It is connected to my computer, and it can allow transactions, but the private key, which is the key, we say key, which is the key to the control of a Bitcoin address, are more than one stored on this device, right? And it never leaves the device. The device does mathematical transformations in order to sign transactions, but the private keys of the Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies never leave this device, right? I use buttons to authorize transactions, right? So this is my go-to wallet of choice. There are other hardware solutions. There's Trezor, there's Elipal, there's a lot of hardware wallet, KeepKey. There's other hardware wallets out there. I prefer Ledger. They've been around a while, and I like their interface, and I like the Ledger device, right? So this is Ledger Live, and this is the interface. Now, don't think that the coins are in here. They are not on the computer. The coins are all on the blockchain, right? And the private keys are over here. This thing here that I'm looking at on my screen is simply an interface. Now, I get it, you know, it's hard to wrap your head around this stuff, but I get a lot of people that freak out when, you know, Ledger Live crashes. They're like, oh my God, I think my crypto's gone. Well, it's not really. Your crypto is fine. It's stored safely on this device. This is where the private keys are. So when Ledger Live crashes, your crypto is not in danger, right? And then even if the device gets lost or crushed, or water damaged or flakes out, you've still got your 24-word recovery phrase in a safe place. So your crypto is always fine, right? So anyway, having said all that, we wanted to talk a little bit about staking. William and Ada both asked me about it. So staking is a way to, and it can be done within your own wallet. This is true staking. There are other ways to stake your coins where you deposit them on some other exchange, but that's really, you're giving the coins to someone else to take care of for you. They'll pay you interest, but they're basically holding them on your behalf. In this method, we're staking a coin that is stakeable from our very own wallet. The private keys are here. I'm holding the private keys, but I can lend the use of these coins to their network from my own computer while I still hold the private keys. So they can't take the keys away from me. I'm just allowing them use of my coin in the proof of stake network. So the proof of stake network is a type of cryptocurrency scheme where the way that coins are created, I'm not sure how if they're created on proof of stake. I think they're actually they get created when you create the coin, but they do. The proof of stake allows the network to function. We're able to move coins around just like we would on the Bitcoin blockchain. But in this case, there are large nodes where that hold shares. So the larger the number of coins that are held on these nodes, the more control they have. It may not be totally democratic, but it seems to work out pretty well. There's a lot of coins that are proof of stake. But I'm not a node, right? I'm just a guy with a wallet. But I am staking 25 of the Tezos coins with a stake validator called Figment Network. And they're using my, my coins to run the network, right? I'm donating the use of my coins to them. I didn't give them the private keys. I just gave them the use of my coins. That's called staking, right? I've done it from within my own wallet. So basically, if you create a Tezos wallet on your in your Ledger Live and you've got Tezos app and you've put some Tezos in here, there's a button up here that says like, I don't know what it says, something like use your coin or whatever. But I can't even remember what it says, but it's something like use your coin or donate your blah, whatever it's, give your coins to the network or put your coins to work for you or whatever it says, right? And that it allows you to delegate. And notice over here, these three dots. This is where I have total control of the coins. Now, the question was, how much do I get? Of course, that's everybody's question. How much do I get? How much am I going to earn? And let me just throw this out there. Delegation or staking of your own coins is a great way to earn passive income. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I don't know. A lot of people seem real wrapped up in it. They want to know how much they're going to make. I get it, right? You want to know how much you're going to make. But as you can see, I'm only delegating a small amount of coins, so I'm not making that much. But you can see here, I'm getting like a penny's worth like every 3 days. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, and this comes in. So all of these small amounts simply get added to the total. And I'm assuming that it goes and it keeps staking. I don't know for sure. Now, if it were a lot and I started to notice there might be two running totals. There might be the delegated portion, and then there might be the portion that I've been earning that's kind of separate. And I might need to sort of put that to work as we go. I don't know if there's a way to like feed it endlessly into the loop. It's hard to say. But it looks to me like it just keeps getting added to my total. But because it's such a small amount, I'm not really sure. I think it just goes into the delegated pool, right? But let's say instead of $50 worth of Tezos, I put 10 grand worth of Tezos in there. I would obviously be getting more than a penny, right? Every few days. Maybe I'd be getting 5 or 10. The percentage roughly is around 6%. Roughly. I think you can get better percentages with different validators, right? Now, let's go into this little 3 dot here. We can change the validator if we want to. There, I'll show you that. And then we could just completely end the delegation completely. Now, as long as I'm delegating, I can't sell these coins, right? Because they're basically promised to someone else. So if I want to cash out completely, I'm going to need to end the delegation. But that's not a big deal. I can do it right here. No problem. If I want to change the validator, I think, ooh, maybe I'll get a better rate or whatever. I personally don't really care because I'm not getting that much. But if you're like, you know, on top of this or whatever, and you got 100 grand worth of Tezos in there and you want to get the best deal possible, then you could select other validators, right? You can see there's quite a few of them that you can choose from. And you can do your research, right? You can, like say, you could click on this guy and it doesn't really tell me much about this. I'm going to bomb out of this. I'm not going to change. I thought that there were links. I think when you first set this up, you can link and look at their website and decide whether they're a good validator or not, right? Because, I mean, if you really want to do your research, you can Google this guy and find out what kind of validator they are, how long they've been in business, and do they give a good rate, and what the other people, reviewers, say about them on Reddit or whatever. I mean, you can do your homework and choose whatever you feel is the best validator for your Tezos. But like I said, the point here is that you can delegate from within your own wallet and earn passive income while your coins are safe and sound in your own wallet. That's the takeaway here. So let's move on to some more fun stuff, right? Let me see what guys are asking. Remo, Tezos, William again. Can you use the same system with XRP? If so, how do you set it up? No, I don't believe you can stake XRP, William. As far as I know. Like I said, you might have to. There are places like Crypto.com where you can actually earn interest on your cryptocurrencies. If you deposit them, let's see here. Crypto Earn. Where the hell did it go? I don't know where they put it now. Oh, okay, here. In the list of accounts. So you got Crypto Earn, and as you can see, I've got some Stellar on deposit in my Crypto.com account. But this Stellar is on deposit with them, right? I don't control the private keys. So this really isn't staking. This is basically just putting your crypto in someone else's hands, and they're paying interest, which is great. I don't mind. There's different tiers of doing this, and I believe that if you wanted to, let's hit plus, if I can get it to come up, you can stake XRP on their platform. Whoops, sorry. Pooies. Let's try that again. All right, so I could stake XRP, and you got flexible. You've got the 1 month term. You get a higher rate if you're willing to leave it there for a month. And then you've got the 3 month term, which pays you a better rate if you're willing to leave it on their platform for 3 months. And 3 months is a long time. It is. It's like gut wrenching. But yeah, so that's not staking. That's just earning interest on crypto that you're willing to deposit with someone. And I trust them, right? But it's you're relinquishing control of your coins when you use it. And there are a lot of platforms that allow you to earn interest on your cryptocurrency, right? Much better than a bank's going to give you. All right, so why don't we buy a little crypto? And then let's move it into our own wallet. In fact, I wanted to show you guys, there's a new wallet from Crypto.com, which I think is pretty cool. I did a video on it this week, and it's a phone-based wallet. And the nice thing about it is, why don't I just, well, let's let's think of some cool ways to buy Bitcoin, right? I've gone over this with you guys many times, but there are a lot of people that might be new here. If I go over here to home on Crypto.com and I hit trade and I hit buy and I choose Bitcoin, there are several ways to buy Bitcoin on this platform. I could use my credit card. This particular one is a debit card, but you can also add credit cards to this. And I could buy directly using my card. A lot of people ask me, how do I buy Bitcoin with a credit card? This is one way, Crypto.com. I can also trade for it from my crypto wallet, like my US dollar there, my stable coin. If Bitcoin were like 6,000, I would go in there and buy a little Bitcoin with my stable coin. Right? That's what stable coin is for. It holds its value when the rest of the market is down. I could also use my fiat wallet, which is money that I've deposited from my bank into my Crypto.com account. Pretty simple. All right. So those are some easy ways to buy Bitcoin. Oh, BAT's up. BAT is up. Yay. Cool. All right. Oh yeah, I wrote some notes down on stuff I wanted to do tonight. But let's talk about the Cash App by our good friend Jack Dorsey. Is that his name? The CEO of Twitter. He also has this Cash App that you can use to send money between your friends, right? You connect your bank account to it. Your debit card. I think it only works with debit cards. I don't know that you can connect an actual bank account to this, but you probably can. So you can use this app if you, let's say, oh, I want to fill it up, right? Oh, okay, so I'll fill it up with some cash, right? Add cash. I'm going to add $50, right? That's going to come right out of my bank account because I've got my ATM card connected to my Cash App, right? But let's say I want to buy some Bitcoin. Hey, look, they got Bitcoin down there. I can tap Bitcoin, and then actually that's not where you buy it. That's where you manage it, right? The buying of the Bitcoin occurs over in the investment section of the Cash App, which is that little squiggly line down in the bottom right corner. That squiggly line is the investing area of the Cash App. And as you can see, I can buy stocks or Bitcoin, and I can just hit buy right here. Let's say I want to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. That's going to come right out of my bank account because I've got my ATM card attached to the Cash App, right? That's just another way of buying Bitcoin, right? And both of these ways are phone-based, right? So I don't have any problem with connecting a phone-based app to my debit card or bank account, right? Some people might, right? They might, ooh, I don't want to, do anything financial on my phone like that, right? So, okay, so maybe you're a little more conservative, right? You would rather do something like a trusted cryptocurrency exchange, such as Coinbase, right? Let's say, oh, okay, well, I'll buy some Bitcoin on Coinbase. So we'll get ourselves signed into our Coinbase account. And I've got two-factor authentication enabled on my Coinbase account. All right, so I'll put in that code. Always want to enable two-factor authentication on any account that supports it. All right, so you get yourself signed up for a Coinbase account. Just give them an email and create a password, and boom, you've got an account, right? But if you want to buy anything, you're going to need to give them your personal identification, right? You're going to have to do KYC on Coinbase. So there's a process you go through. They'll walk you through it. Generally, you can hold up your ID to the webcam, or you can scan your ID or whatever. You'll get yourself verified, and then you'll connect your bank account. So let's say, okay, I can connect my bank account or my debit card here. So when I go to trade, if I want to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin, right, I can buy it with US dollars directly from my bank, right? And I could do that. The only problem I have with the bank option is that once you buy the Bitcoin, it's really not released until your bank transaction clears. So it takes a few days business days, right? It might take 3 or 4 days. Back in the heady days of 2017, it could take like a week or two sometimes for the transaction to actually clear. So that's I don't care for that much. We could use the debit card option, which happens a lot faster, but the fees are a bit higher. So it's $1.99 for our debit card. Let's see how much it was for the bank. It's the same, right? I guess it was the same, right? So it doesn't matter really. But your limits are different. So like your bank, you can buy up to 25,000 per week, days, whatever. But you can only buy up to 5,000 with the debit card option. So, you have to choose. Now, you could also go over to Binance US and do pretty much the same thing. Right? You got Binance US over here. And, okay, I want to buy some Bitcoin. So I'll log myself into my Binance US account. Right? We'll log ourselves in here. We'll give them our 2-factor code. And we'll get in there. Right? And let's see, I want to see that. There's nothing in there right now. But I could make a deposit into my US dollar account. I could deposit $50 from my bank account or my ATM card. So, you have to set this stuff up. But I just thought I would give you guys a quick overview of different ways to buy Bitcoin. You've seen me do this many times, right? And then we'll transfer. Now, but one thing, I did want to kind of do some advanced stuff tonight. I wanted to move some Bitcoin using from one device to another. I know it's kind of weird, but a lot of people have asked me about that. So last week, I showed you guys how to create an account with an alternate device. So these accounts, the Bitcoin main, the Ethereum main, the XRP, the Tron, the Stellar, are all accounts associated with this Ledger Nano X. But we created an account last week using my Ledger Nano S, the smaller one, and that's this account right here. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of Bitcoin in there. So what I would like to do is show you guys how you move this Bitcoin out when you have a secondary device. We're using more than one device within our Ledger Live. Let me see here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all your good vibes. I appreciate you guys coming and checking me out every week. Check out my new videos. Subscribe to my channel. But let's say, okay, let's say I want to move this. I want to consolidate, right? I know it's kind of weird. I created a secondary account and I put some Bitcoin on another device, and now I'm just moving it back, right? You may not, this is not a scenario maybe you don't want to do, but let's just assume for whatever reason I've decided that I want to move this Bitcoin from this ledger over to this ledger. How would I do that? Well, I've already got the account set up, so it's a no-brainer, really. I can go over here to my Bitcoin main, and you want to start with the destination, right? I'm moving Bitcoin from one blockchain address to another blockchain address. So I always start with the destination. Sort of like, okay, send me a check, right? If I said send me a check, what would be your first question? You'd say, well, give me your address. I mean, I need your address before I can send you a check, right? Right? So same with Bitcoin, right? Before I can do anything, right, I need the address. Where am I going to send? I need to know where. So we start with the destination, right? We're going to do a receive, right? And I'll hit continue here. Now I'm just going to, well, okay, I've got this device connected, right? It wants me to verify the address. I'm going to move my notes over here, sorry. Let's turn on secondary camera, our good old friend, the EOS Rebel. All right, let's get this thing closer to me. Let's zoom in. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm currently in the Stellar wallet. I need to get out, right? So I'm going to navigate using this button to get over to quit. And then I'll hit both buttons to get out back up to the main screen. Right? Now it's going, oh, okay, I want you to go into the Bitcoin app. So I'll just navigate back the other way till I'm on top of Bitcoin. And then I'll hit both buttons. Now I'm in the Bitcoin app. Now what it's doing is it's connecting to the device, it's scanning the device, and it just generated an address for me. And it's telling me, okay, look, you want to make sure you send this Bitcoin to this device, right? The private keys that are on this device. So confirm that that address that you're looking at on your device matches the one you see on your screen. All right? And then once we're satisfied with that, I'm going to copy it into my clipboard, and then I'm going to confirm it on the device, right? I'm just going to move over one till I get to approve, and then I'll hit both buttons. Whenever you see a word with a check mark, it means it wants you to hit both buttons to do that, right? If I move over and say reject, that means hit both buttons to reject. If I move back over here to approve with the check, it means hit both buttons to approve. I'm going to do that, right? We've got the address of this account in our clipboard, right? So now what are we going to do? I'm going to leave this up for a second. What happened? Can't see it. All right. Let's go back over to our other account. Good Lord, what's going on here? The light's all wrong tonight. This thing is not behaving well. It's like I just have the light positioned wrong, whatever. Either that or the... Okay. All right, so let's go down to this guy, Bitcoin Ledger S, right? Let's try to send the Bitcoin out, right? I got the account right in front of me. Yeah, I got the... Whoops, let's move this. Right? I've got the send button. Why can't I send? Let's send. I'll hit send, right? How much do I... Where? Oh, send where? Okay, here's the... We know where, right? We got the address in our clipboard. Let's hit continue. Now I'm going to turn this camera back on, and hopefully this will work the way I expect it to work, and it won't do something. Oh, so I'm not holding it straight. You know what? I think this is the problem. Yeah, there we go. I just had the camera at a weird angle. I'm going to send the max, right? Now I'm going to hit continue. Let's see what happens. Well, let's confirm. We'll hit continue. What's going to happen? Something went wrong. Now it's weird because it used to say, oops, wrong device. I don't know, since they updated the software or whatever. Now it just says something went wrong. Please check that your hardware wallet is set up with the recovery phrase or passphrase that belongs to the selected account. Now that's a mouthful. But what basically it's telling me is that the piece of hardware that I've got connected to this computer and this copy of Ledger Live is not the right one. It's not the one that was used to set up this account, right? So how are we going to fix this? Well, I'm just going to get out of this. I'm going to hit quit, all right? Because this is not the device that Bitcoin resides on, right? And it doesn't really reside on the key chain anyway, right? These are just keychains. This is the one where that Bitcoin. So I'm going to connect it. First I'll connect it. I've got a different cable over here because the connector on the Ledger Nano S is a micro USB. The connector for the Ledger X is a USB-C. So, all right, now I've connected. I'm going to enter my PIN. All right, now we've got the right device here. This is the device that has that Bitcoin account on it. So now it's telling me open the Bitcoin account, or it's telling me to open the Bitcoin app. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit both of these buttons because I'm right on top of Bitcoin. I'm going to go into the Bitcoin app, try to hold it steady. That was my hourly chime. And lo and behold, check it out, right? Now it's got the right devices connected for this account, and it wants me to review the transaction, so I'm going to hit this button to move over. There's the amount that we're sending. We'll move again. There's the address. You'll notice the screen is too small to display the entire Bitcoin address. So it's 1 of 3, all right? There's 2 of 3. And then there's the tail end of that Bitcoin address. And we can see the Bitcoin address isn't even showing on this device at the moment. Or that's the Bitcoin address we're sending to, right? There's the fee amount, small amount. And there's the accept and send. We'll hit both buttons there. All right. Now, what we just did was sign the transaction, right? We just sent out a Bitcoin transaction by signing it with our private keys. So we sent this transaction out onto the blockchain. It went all the way over to a blockchain node, and on that blockchain node there was some Bitcoin in that address. And my command, my signed transaction, initiated a transfer from one blockchain address to another blockchain address. It looks like I'm just moving Bitcoin between these two devices, but I'm not, right? I'm actually moving Bitcoin from one address on the blockchain to a different address on the blockchain. But it matters which device had the private key in order that controlled that Bitcoin address. Now let's go back over here to accounts. Let's go over to this guy, our main, and lo and behold, there it is. Just came in, right? $137 worth of Bitcoin, right? Now we got all that Bitcoin consolidated, right? This guy's empty, right? So I thought I would kind of demo that just to kind of give you guys a breakdown of what goes on when you move Bitcoin from one cryptocurrency address to another using your hardware wallet. All right, Alan, if multiple sticks are a redundancy and I have many for access to the same account, is the protection of the stick so important? Could I have 5 sticks and not likely to lose all at the same time? There are many ways to manage your cryptocurrency with hardware wallets. If you want to keep it simple, you could keep the bulk of your crypto, all the private keys on one device, and then you could use the 24-word recovery phrase to restore a secondary device, which would be a mirror image of the first device. I know that sounds weird, but that's how the math works. When you do a restore, you've created a backup, a mirror image of this that you could keep in a different location, safe and sound if this breaks or gets lost or stolen or whatever, right? You could go grab the other device from your hiding place and connect that other device, and you'd hit the ground running. Be just like this device. Mirror image, right? If all you've got is your 24-word recovery phrase and no backup device, then you would have to buy another device and wait a few days for that new device to come, and then you would do restore, and then you'd be back in business. But so it makes sense to maybe have a backup device already on hand that's already been restored so that it's ready when you need it, right? And it's a mirror image. It's like, you remember those old stories about like the twins, where like you could pinch one twin and the other twin would feel it? It's kind of the same thing, right? If I deposit Bitcoin into an account controlled by this private key and then pulled out the other one, the new Bitcoin would be on the other one too, right? Because we're not actually putting the Bitcoin in here. We're putting the Bitcoin on a blockchain address. So if the balance of that blockchain address increases and I lose this device, I'll just go grab the other device. It's got the same key on it, so it can also control the Bitcoin in that blockchain address, just like we did here, right? Which device had the right key on it, right? So if we have a mirror image device in the closet, it'll be the same. Now, what Alan Allen was saying was, why don't I split it up? Why don't I get 5 different devices and initialize 5 different wallets and spread my crypto across each one of them, right? So that it's not all on one device. And some people want to do that too. Some people don't want to keep all their eggs in one basket, so to speak, right? That's another viable strategy if that's how you want to think about it, if it makes you feel better. If you want to just keep them all around so that you have access to them, then they're sort of all in the same physical location. So in order to manage all of those devices, they're kind of vulnerable being all in the same physical location. But if you spread them out and you keep one at your office and one at your mom's house and one at your brother's house and one in a safety deposit box, then it's kind of a pain to go grab them if you want to manage those balances that are on those other devices. Maybe it makes more sense to just hide them in different places in your house. Whatever makes sense to you. But you lose some convenience when you've got your crypto spread around several devices, and you kind of have to keep track in your head, which devices have which keys on them for which accounts, right? So it brings in a little bit of complication. So my advice for most newcomers is maybe stick to one device and have a backup. The most simple, right? You could have 5 devices and 5 backups. You could do it that way too. But it's easier to keep track of everything when you just kind of use one device as your go-to device. And it's got a PIN, right? And, it's secure. And no one can move your Bitcoin unless they possess the device, right? That's what's good about the hardware wallet. No, it can't get hacked remotely, right? The attacker must have physical control of the device, similar to two-factor authentication. If you buy Tezos, do you have to leave it on Coinbase to earn the lifetime rewards? You can store your Tezos here in your wallet and stake if you want to. But cryptocurrency exchanges will also stake for you as well. So if you buy Tezos and leave it on Coinbase, they'll give you staking benefits too. And I believe Binance will do that too. But as we spoke earlier about staking, that's not real staking. That's leaving your crypto in someone else's care, and they're basically paying you interest. They're staking it, and they're getting the rewards, and they're just passing them on to you, but really they're the ones controlling the private keys. So if you want to do real staking, then you can do it here. I believe Tezos has their own wallet too for staking. So, and then you can also stake Tron on the ledger as well. Tron is stakeable. So if we go into Tron, see it's earn rewards. That's the button, right? Earn rewards. So you can stake your Tron balance too. So, but those are the only 2 that I'm aware of right now. There are other coins that allow staking from within your own wallet, but they might be the type where you would need to download their wallet and stake from within their wallet. Cardano is like that, right? You can, but Cardano staking is not live yet, right? It's still in the testing stage. But as far as I know, you can only do it in the Daedalus wallet when it becomes available for staking. But like I said, there's probably a lot of other coins out there where you can do staking. You need to download their wallet to do it. You can't do it in Ledger. And Ledger will probably add more staking options as they become available, right? We'll look forward to that. Ledger's a good platform. A lot of people complain, oh, why can't I use coin X in my Ledger? But it supports quite a few of the major coins. And right now it's starting to allow staking for some of the coins where staking is possible. So they'll add more as time goes by. Right? Thean, if you buy Tezos, do you leave it on Coinbase or can you transfer it to the ledger? I think I covered that, right? You can put it on the ledger. As soon as I seen floods on TV, the first thing you thought about was me. Thank you, Gino. I'm fine. Let's take a look at a map of Michigan. You can see here that I am in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the flooding was over here. I'm not sure where. Fenton? Burton? Fulton? Yeah, the flooding was over here. So it's not affecting me at all. So, but thank you for your thoughts. I appreciate that. Do you have Ledger S and X both connected to the computer when you do the transfer? No. This is another good question where people ask me, you notice that I moved them, I moved coins, you know, theoretically we moved coins from this device to this device. They were both connected, but it wasn't necessary. Once I had the receiving address, I could have disconnected this guy and just stuck it in a drawer. You do not need to have the device connected to receive cryptocurrency. All you need is the address, right? And you can actually get that. Let's say, okay, let's just disconnect this, right? This guy is completely disconnected, right? It's not connected to the computer at all, but I can still look at the balance and you know, look at the manage the balance. I can check my balance. I can see what the current value of my portfolio is. I can do a receive and hit continue, and then down here it says I don't have my device right now, and it'll just give me based on that wallet address a receiving address, right? It'll even generate a new one for me. It's not as totally secure, right? They're going, well, you really should have that device connected so you can verify, you know, that it is the address is the right address, that it's, you know. But I'm okay, right? I don't have any malware on my computer. I'm okay with it just saying, okay, here's the address, right? So there, I can just use that as I could send you that a receiving address, and you could send me Bitcoin. And it doesn't need to be connected, right? So the answer to the question is no. I don't need to have both devices connected at the same time in order to move the Bitcoin from one device to the other. The only device that has to be connected is the one that has the private key of the sending address, the address that's sending out. That is when you definitely have to have that one connected, because it's the one that's going to sign the outgoing transaction. The other one that the crypto is coming in on, it's not important, right? And I get a lot of people they'll go to Coinbase, they'll do it, you know, they'll do what I just did. They'll do a receive, right? They'll get the address, they'll go over to Coinbase, they'll make the withdrawal, and then they'll send me a comment and they'll say, do I need to leave my ledger connected while I'm waiting for Coinbase to transfer the Bitcoin to me? And the answer is no, you do not. Once Coinbase has the address and you've initiated the transaction, there's no reason to leave the device on, you know, the incoming address does not need to have the device connected in order to receive crypto, right? And like we said before, it's just an address on the blockchain, right? And the addresses on the blockchain are not going to stop Bitcoin from coming in, right? They're all welcome. They're just public addresses, right? You can send, you know, hundreds of people can send Bitcoin to the same address. No big deal. Don't need to have the private key to authorize that, right? What you do need is when you want to send Bitcoin out from the address, then yes, you need the private key. You need the device connected. You need to sign the transaction. Same thing with a desktop wallet, right? When you send a transaction out from a desktop wallet, it's generally going to ask for your password. That's the security. That's where the transaction is being signed and it needs authorization from the person that controls the private key. And then the phone is the same way, right? When you decide you want to send some crypto out from your phone-based wallet, then you need to authorize, right? Oh, I wanted to do this thing here, pretty cool. Speaking of authorizing transactions, let's go over here to Crypto.com. Let's do a withdraw from Crypto.com to the new shiny Crypto.com wallet. So Crypto.com has a new wallet here, and it's a non-custodial Bitcoin wallet where you can move and store cryptocurrency, where you control the private key, right? It's a non-custodial wallet. The private key is on the phone, but you control it. So it's not quite as secure as a hardware wallet where the private keys are stored offline, but it's pretty damn secure, and it's better than keeping a bunch of crypto on an exchange, right? If you want to store it in your own wallet and you want to do it conveniently, it's quick. It's pretty cool. Ooh, it says enable push. I'm going to do that. Okay. I guess I had already done that. All right. So, but what's so cool about this wallet? What makes it different? What makes it different is that it is connected to my Crypto.com account. So I don't have to do the address business. I don't have to cut and paste Bitcoin addresses. So if I go back to Crypto.com and I want to move some of my Crypto.com CRO coin. Now it doesn't have to be CRO. It can be any coin that's supported on the wallet, and a lot of them are, right? I'm just using this as an example. I'm going to hit transfer, withdraw, and look at that. It's got the Crypto.com wallet down there, right? So I can just say, hey, I want to send this to my Crypto.com. And these are all the coins that I can send to that Crypto.com wallet. Quite a few, right? We'll do the CRO because I have some, right? Let's send $20. Will it let me do that? It might not. It might say that's not enough. Yeah. All right, it needs 300. So 25, right? Yeah, 25 or 22, just enough, right? I'll hit withdraw, right? I'll confirm that. Now it showed me the address there too, briefly. I just skipped right on that, skipped over that part. There's my Crypto.com code. Let's slide back over here and do a paste. There we go. And the transaction has gone out. Now, the cool thing about that was that I didn't need to scan a CRO address. I didn't need to cut and paste a CRO address. I was just quickly able to say, I want to withdraw some coin to my Coinbase.com wallet. Right? Let's go back over here to the Coinbase, or did I say Coinbase? I'm sorry, Crypto.com. Let's go back over to the Crypto.com wallet. Let's pull that down there. It might take a few minutes, but you'll see that the CRO will end up in my own wallet. So that's pretty cool. I like that, right? It makes it really easy to send and receive coins from an exchange to your own wallet. So it's not for everyone, right? And like I said, I'm not going to be storing huge amounts of crypto in this phone-based wallet, but it is a good way to store your crypto in a wallet where I control the private key, right? Not your coins, not your keys, not your coins, right? Pure crypto enthusiasts prefer to keep their crypto in a non-custodial wallet where I control, you or I control the private keys. This wallet has been backed up, right? There's a recovery phrase. If I lose the phone, I can restore it to this wallet or a different wallet, right? I can just get a new phone, throw this app on there, and do a restore, and I've got my crypto back, all right? So I really think this wallet's pretty cool. Okay. I'm still working, guys, as you know, right? Let's go see. It might take a few minutes for the CRO to show up in this wallet. Oh, there it is. CRO withdrawal completed. I got my email confirmation. Let's refresh this wallet a few times. We should get that CRO in here shortly. Come on, baby. You can do it. It'll be there. Oh, well. Take a minute. But it will show up here. in a sec. I'll just leave this up here. Let me see what people are asking me. Good day to you. You can use the funds if the status in ledger after the received is still unconfirmed, but funds already reflected in the account in ledger live. Yeah, I've noticed that too. We're talking about if it says that you've received some funds. Let's look over here. This one. You see that little clock icon down there in the corner? That means that it's not confirmed yet. But you still can still move those around. So I'm not really sure. Most of the time you can't actually move crypto until it's totally confirmed on the blockchain. But I don't know. Once it says it's in ledger, even if it's not totally confirmed, it kind of lets you move it anyway. But you'll notice here, this one is totally confirmed. Right? The confirmed really comes into play more with exchanges, right? It's not going to show up in the exchange until it's totally confirmed, and you won't be able to withdraw it. Oh, there it goes. Something just happened. Yeah, there we go. So we got the CRO in our own wallet. So that's pretty cool, right? Now let's do a send, right? Well, you know what? I need some Ethereum in there. This is a real wallet, right? So in order to send an ERC20 token, I'm going to need a little juice. I'm going to need a little gas. So I need some Ethereum, right? So let's go back over to Crypto.com. Ooh, that can be a problem. You know what? Let's do... Come on, baby. I want to put some Ethereum in here, so why don't I do it from my own wallet? I'll hit receive. I'm going to share this address with myself so I can send it from my own wallet. All right, so we'll hit that. Go back here. Let's go back over to my Ethereum. Let's do Ethereum main. There's that. I just heard that email come in. There it is. There's the Ethereum address that I want to send some Ethereum to. So I'll send a little bit of Ethereum from my own Ledger wallet to my Crypto.com wallet. All right. It doesn't always auto-verify. Not a big deal. All right. I'm just going to send a little bit. Like I'll send about $5 worth of Ethereum. All right. It's not that much. I'll hit continue. Hit continue once more. Now I need to connect the device. This is the signing of the private key. In order to send crypto out from any wallet, Bitcoin or otherwise, you need to sign the transaction with your device. So I'm going to enter my PIN. I'm hoping that I'm, through repetition, you guys will see, and there'll be an aha moment for you guys at some point. I'm sending Ethereum, so it says, I've got two devices connected, right? So let's get out of this guy. Oops. Quit. All right. Now it wants me to enter the Bitcoin app. Now you'll, as you may not notice this, but both devices are connected, but only one of them is going to be in the Bitcoin app. As you notice, both devices are now at the home screen. So I'm going to use the Ledger Nano X and enter the Bitcoin app. And it should, Ethereum, pardon me. Let's quit. See, it's like, hey, dude, quit the Ethereum app. Quit the Bitcoin app. Enter the Ethereum app. God, just keep it in focus. Rex. There it is. The Ethereum app. I'm going to hit both buttons. Now it's happy. All right. Now we should see the validation of the transaction that we're sending out shortly. Of course, I might have screwed it up by playing around with all my devices. It may not recognize this. I might have to disconnect this. Doesn't always work perfectly. I'm just going to disconnect that. I'm going to disconnect the S. Right. Now it should be looking for the right device. Let's see if it sees it. Maybe not. All right, that's okay. I'm going to go out. And I'm going to go back in just to see if it will kick this guy in the butt and make it work. There it goes. See? You just got to play with it a little bit sometimes, right? Now it's wanting to review this Ethereum transaction. There's the fees. I'm just sending a little bit of Ethereum. Like I said, I want to send that CRO back somewhere, but I need some gas, right? That's how ERC20 tokens work. All right, now I'm done. I don't need to see all that. The Ethereum transaction went out, right? You can see that I sent some Ethereum there. Let's go back to the phone-based app. I might take a minute for the Ethereum. There it is. The Ethereum came in. Now I've got enough gas to send this transaction. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. It's not working. Okay. 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 Good idea, I'll say. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. I think we're ready now. What I wanted to show you guys is that I can send this this CRO back to Crypto.com, because you can see there that the Crypto.com app is connected. So I could just tap Crypto.com and it fills in the Crypto.com address for me. That's pretty cool, right? And I'm going to send the max amount, and I have enough Ethereum in here for the gas. See? That's cool stuff. If there were no Ethereum in this wallet, it would have said, not enough gas, right? So guys, remember that. You got to have a little bit of Ethereum in an Ethereum wallet if you want to send your ERC20 tokens. Let's confirm that. It wants my two-factor authentication, which I'll get over at Google Authenticator, and I need to type it in manually, so I need to remember it shortly. All right, so let's let it cycle. 876690. 876690. Did I get... See. Let's try it again. I'll let it cycle one more time. I screwed up. Boy, I probably could have just tried this one again, but that's okay. I won't talk. 319919. 319919. Oh, seriously. Ugh. Is it going to lock me? I think that was 3 failed. I think I screwed up, guys. Oh, wrong code. I need the wallet code. The wallet code is down here. My bad. No wonder. 576265. Can't believe I did that. I made it. Woo! I didn't think I was going to get it. All right, so the transaction went out, right? Is that, yeah, it says, see at the top there, it says sending CRO. So we're good there. You know what? I wanted to cover one last thing, and I'm hoping no one out there is screaming for a question that I haven't answered. But I am going to cover this one last thing here, because a lot of people, I've gotten several questions about this. Let's go over to, let's see if I can find it here. All right, so let's go over to the crypto wallet. As you may know, the, what is this thing? MetaMask is built in to the, what do you want, sweetheart? Alex, what do you want? I'm almost done, buddy. Just relax. My 7-year-old is standing there staring at me, waiting for me to finish. He probably wants some toast or something. All right. So this is my MetaMask, and it's built into the Brave browser. A lot of you out there use MetaMask in your browser. It's a browser extension. It's built into Brave, but you can also use it in Chrome as a browser extension. You'll see, I don't know where it went. It's gone right now. I think I deleted it from, but anyway, and I've had some people, they go, hey, I know I've got these tokens, but they're not showing up. What happened? Where are they? What's and then they see them on like they find them on the Etherscan blockchain. They're like, I can see it. Where is it? It's gone. And I'm going to go, well, just because you can see it on the public blockchain doesn't mean you still have it. But if you have a MetaMask-based wallet that you've recently restored, there are certain coins that aren't going to show up by default, right? This is the same wallet that we're looking at over here, right? If we look at the Ethereum main wallet, you'll see that there's the Polymath, the BAT, the crypto. Yes, you got the BAT. I don't see the Polymath, right? But anyway, all right, but they're not all there. Why? Why aren't they there, right? They just don't show up by default because it only has like certain ones that are there by default. Now you can even search, right? If I say add token, I could even search for one, right? Like, I don't know, box token or whatever, right? These you can add by just simply searching for them, like BTU, right? And then I could add BTU. Of course, I don't have any BTU, but it's there, right? But let's say I'm looking for one that's not there, like TNT, Tierion, or whatever the heck it's called, right? It's not there. Now what am I going to do? Okay, so let's go over to CoinGecko. Let's do TNT. By God, it does exist in this universe, right? So why doesn't it show up in my MetaMask? Well, I'm going to have to do a custom add. So first I got to find the contract, the, what do you call it? Let's go back over here. Custom token. We need the token contract address, which is like the main contract address of the coin, right? So here, let's go to etherscan.io, and it takes me right to all of the information I need to know about the TNT token. This address, that is the contract address. It's not the public address where mine lives. It's just the contract address of this coin. I'm going to copy that into my clipboard. I'm going to go over here and add it as a custom token by pasting it in there. Lo and behold, once I paste that contract address in there, these other two fields auto-filled, right? Some of them don't. Some of them you actually got to put the, you know, this token symbol and the decimals of precision. But that's over here too, wherever they went. Here, right? 8 decimals and then the symbol, wherever it went. It's around here somewhere. TNT, right? We know what the symbol is. We know what the decimals are. But they did autofill for us. Let's hit next. And boom, there they are. It sees that this address, this Ethereum address, has those tokens in there, and it actually found the balance, right? Even though it wasn't showing them to me by default, I had to go in there and add them manually in order for them to show up in my MetaMask wallet, right? Let's try another one, right? I know there's some others over here that aren't in there. There's DataCoin, DATA. Is that one showing up? Oh yeah, it is. All right, let's check there. I know there's another one that's not showing up. Healthcare, Solve, SOLV. All right, let's check that guy. I know it exists somewhere. SOLVE, Solve. All right, there it is. I'll go to it on CoinGecko, and from CoinGecko, I can go over to etherscan.io. It takes me to their page, right? and then I can copy that contract address into my clipboard, go back over here, go to add token, and then custom token, and then we'll paste that guy in there, and boom, there it is. I'll hit next, and I do have some solve, and there, now it's showing up. All right. So you might have to do that in order to see certain coins in MetaMask or whatever, this built-in wallet in Brave. In order for you to see your balance, you'll have to add them as custom tokens. I don't know why that is. It's just that MetaMask doesn't support all tokens by default, right? Some of them have to be added manually. All right, so let's see. How to get accounts back on Ledger Live. Buddy Love is pretty much the same thing. They're going to show up in your, with Ledger Live, it's an all or nothing thing. Either they show up in Ledger Live or they don't show up in Ledger Live. Some coins that you might own in a particular Ethereum address that you've transferred aren't going to show up in your Ledger Live. It's just a fact of life. It just happens, right? So, but if you've deleted the Ethereum account completely, let's just boom, delete this. What if you've deleted the Ethereum account? Then what? Well, that's pretty simple. You just connect your device. You go into the Ethereum app. Make sure you're in the Ethereum app, right? We're in the Ethereum. We're in the Bitcoin app, right? Let's get out. Right? Oh, we were in the Ethereum. Go into the Ethereum app. Let's do. All right, I'm going to get rid of this button. I'm going to get rid of that image so you can see this button. We'll hit Add Account. We'll choose Ethereum. We'll hit Continue. And it's going to scan my device based on the fact that I've connected it and I'm in the Ethereum app. It's going to scan it for any Ethereum wallets. And my tea has stayed warm this whole hour and a half because of my hot plate. Yummy. It's, what is this? Hibiscus. Hibiscus with stevia. It's pretty good. You have to be careful. You don't want to put too much stevia in there. There's more than one Ethereum account stored in this, right? But the only one that I'm interested in is this one, the one that I call Ethereum main, all right? But you'll notice that you never lose your wallets with the Ledger device. We'll just hit Add Account, and Ethereum main is back, and the tokens are not showing up at the moment. Oh, is this? No, this is the wrong account. Sorry. I was like, what happened to my tokens? Was I lying? Let's do that again. That was the wrong Ethereum account. Let's try again. I don't know what I did. I must have like ticked the wrong one. I thought I ticked the one that had 2 something Ethereum in there. But that's okay. We'll just wait for that. Ethereum takes a little bit longer. I'm not sure about Jack's wallet, but I would assume that perhaps there's a way to add a custom token that may not be showing up in the wallet. All right, let's try to do it the right way this time. All right, so all I want is this one. All right, Ethereum main. All right, we'll hit Add Account. Hit Close. There it is. It's got all those tokens. All the tokens are back. The Ethereum's back. It never really left. It just wasn't showing in Ledger Live. So I just needed to do the Add Account to get it to show up again. I need help for my roommate. You're asking for a friend. This is for a friend. Okay, Ryan Lagrasso. I need help for my roommate to help retrieve 200 mint from years ago on that hacked Cryptomania question. NZ Exchange, I really don't know how to respond to him. If he has minimal info, all is lost, I assume, yes or no. I would say yes, all is lost. I get a lot of people asking me about stuff they did years ago, and they're like, oh, you know, I've had Bitcoin, I've you know, they'll yeah, I got it, and I know I had it, and now I lost my wallet, and then, but they always tell me, I go, okay, well, what's your recovery phrase? They'll go, recovery phrase? Oh, I lost that too. Well, that's gone then, baby. You know, I very rarely do I have people that say, hey, I bought so-and-so coin years ago, and I have my recovery phrase right here. Can you help me? I'm like, well, sure. You know, I always get the people that say, I lost my password, I lost my recovery phrase, but I know it's there, right? I can see it. I can go to I still have the public address. I can go to etherscan.io. I can see it. It's right there. I'm like, but it's not right there because you can't touch it. It's like looking at the gold watch you pawned through the pawn shop window. It's not your watch anymore, even though you can see it, right? That's the frustrating thing about the blockchain, right? Just because you can see it on the public blockchain does not mean you can get it. If all you've got left is that public address, then yes, your coins are gone. You're never going to see them. You're never going to control them again. You're never going to be able to move them somewhere and sell them. You can watch them all you want, right? They're inaccessible unless you have all of the recovery phrase. Now, if your friend has a recovery phrase or a password or an account or, you know, login credentials or whatever, I don't know. If he had his coins on an exchange that got hacked, then and that exchange is defunct, then you're probably not going to ever get those coins back, right? So I know people can be real, I don't know, adamant, right? I get people, you know, I tell them over and over again that the coins are not accessible, and I go round and round in circles with them, and you know, they tell me, well, I've got this, I've got that, and and it's just, I gave up on that a long time ago. And please, I'm gonna have to sign off now, but please, Pete, please, if you have lost coins, do not go to these hackers, these online people that advertise their services. They are scammers. They will take your money, but you will never see your coins again. Please do not go to these scammers that say they can recover your coins. They love those kind of people, because those people are desperate, and they're willing. They think, oh man, I bought $200 worth of Bitcoin in 2013. I'm a millionaire, and I just need to get those coins back, and I'm willing to pay somebody $1,000 because I know I got $1 million, and they'll just take your money. Ooh, don't do that. Now, there's another thing I want to warn you guys about, if I can find it. I noticed this last week. Giveaway. Live, right? I don't know if he's doing it this way. Okay, this guy, it says scam on it, right? They all say scam. But I noticed that there's a lot of people that are doing these live.
What's going on, everybody?
He's talking about the scam. But there are, here it is, right here. Is this it?
Steve and Dave,
Wait, no. No. It was running last week, and it said Michael Dell, and it said 5,000 Bitcoin giveaway. Let's see if I can find it. They're supposed to be taking them down. I guess they took them down. Yeah. But there were some running last week and the week before, and you go on there and it says, send me 0.1 Bitcoin and I'll give you 0.2 Bitcoin. Send me 0.4 Bitcoin and I'll give you 0.8 Bitcoin. And it had a Bitcoin address there. So they were telling you to send them your Bitcoin. and you were never going to see that again, right? So please, guys, be careful of scams out there. You never get nothing for nothing, right? You don't get something for nothing. I'm afraid to say that, right? Please don't pay hackers to recover your lost Bitcoin. They will not. I can even show you, I don't know, if we can go down into the, if there's any, whoops, I don't know if there's any comments, whoops. I can't see the comments. But in my videos, there's a lot of people that are commenting. Oh, because it's live. There's a lot of commenters that'll say, oh, yeah, I thank God for hacker so-and-so. You know, he recovered all my lost crypto. And then they give you like a Telegram address or an email address or a phone number or something. And, you know, call him now. I got $5,000, you know, or so-and-so hacked a wallet for me and I got $15,000. And please don't do that. Those are scams. There he goes. Chadwick. He's there. Spamming. Nice to have you here. Yeah. Please, guys, don't do that stuff. Please don't do that stuff. Oh, my God. Please don't do that. Ledgers are super safe, Dylan. Yeah, I feel like a word generator can hack them. Oh, they cannot. The space of a 24-word recovery phrase, which is basically the mirror image of a 512-bit pin or 1028-bit pin, the odds are insurmountable. They cannot be hacked. It's just not feasible. Even with modern computer, even the NSA can't do it. It's just not possible to hack a recovery phrase, right? And if you think that Ledger is like putting fake recovery phrases in their devices, think again, right? They're certified by third parties. They're constantly hacked by, white hat hackers are attempting to hack these devices on a regular basis. If they were a scam, it would have been uncovered by now, right? It's not a scam. They cannot be hacked. If you are not safe, if you don't feel safe with a Ledger device, then don't get into crypto, right? Because what else are you going to feel safe with, right? I guess you feel safe putting your money in a bank, right? That's going to go belly up because of all the debts that it has. And then one day you're going to wake up and there's going to be a line around the block to get to the ATM. And then you're going to say, ooh, I shouldn't have trusted that bank, right? No, they cannot, no one can hack your 24-word recovery phrase unless you reveal it to someone, which happens, right? Don't get tricked into doing that. Anyway, guys, Mon Musk, this is my first time on your tutorial, which is great. How do we get the replay of this tutorial? You can watch these live streams after the fact. I've got over 300 videos that are standalone, like uploaded videos. And then you can also go back through my live streams. They're usually have the date in there. So you could search for them, but they're all online, right? You can watch them when you're, a lot of people that like my live streams watch them the day after or whatever. So yeah, you can check them out. And like I said, I've got a lot of tutorial videos on my website, on my YouTube channel, that give you step-by-step instructions for whatever questions you may have. So anyway, guys, got a movie to finish with my wife tonight that we were watching on Amazon Prime yesterday. So best of luck to everyone out there, to your best health, and hang in there, guys. I care for you all. Thank you for watching my live stream. Thank you for your questions. Don't forget, we do this every week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon. Latrell passphrase is a little complicated and a little tricky. It's the best security, but if you forget that passphrase, you lose access. So exercise extreme caution when using the passphrase, along with your 24-word recovery phrase. Good night, everybody.